back to the final build series of this 3rd gen mega cab Cummins I got behind me. The first Cummins I've ever owned myself. Today, we've got 2 days left before FP 3.0. We've got no front axle. The engine is still torn apart. Bunch of powder to install, track bars, front axle. All the steering components are on this freaking table right here. Dad is installing. We got a T-case, cross member exhaust, brand new parts there. He's gonna be installing, dude, this is so dusty. Holy, we're gonna have to wipe all that down. He's gonna be installing a new diff cover. Where'd that diff cover go? Office. In the office. And we've got a new diff cover. So, big old diff cover. Right now, we're gonna go into getting this all rebuilt. So I got a brand new billet overdrive housing with the bolt-on pressure plate instead of the snap ring pressure plate. We've got a billet input here. We gotta change all this stuff out, or billet input. We're gonna change all this stuff out, take the inputs off, and we're gonna transfer it over to the new housing. So let me get everything set up. Let me get everything set up right here, and then I'll kind of walk you guys through a little bit of it, and we're gonna go ahead and put this transmission together. So that way it's done, out of the way. No worries, no stressing. Let's just get this transmission done. So if all else fails, all we got to do is just slap the girl in there, fill her up with fluid, and she's ready to go. We still got parts on the way. Got a couple parts showing up today that are supposed to be here. One was a diff cover that showed up today. 2, we got new control arms, adjustable control arms. So we're gonna be putting those in. And we got a bunch to do in the engine bay, like a lot of cleanup, engine wiring harness management, rerouting some things so it looks cleaner. Piddly shit that adds up. So enough yapping, let's get to working. And let me get to this billet drum for you guys. All right, so from here over is all of the pieces inside of your overdrive drum housing. This is the new stuff. New stuff is all underneath here, all in the packages. Yeah, so super exciting. So this is all of the old stuff. I will be using some of these parts, not all of them, but some of them. Be putting it into the new drum, which is a billet drum with a bolt-on pressure plate. Secondly, my dad went ahead and installed the new diff cover. Now, huge shout out to SPE Lab, because they overnighted me. Not only did they overnight me a new diff cover, but sponsored it for the build, and it looks absolutely killer. So let me go ahead and show you guys this. So super nice. Finned, has a nice billet drain down here, has a fluid view right here so you can see where your fluid's at, and then the fill, of course, is up here, and it holds extra quarts. So come with all new hardware, a new gasket, and everything else. So complete billet, beautiful piece, already powder coated. And honestly, like, not knocking any, like, so this plate right here is just riveted on. So if you guys wanted to change this logo, I'm going to keep this because this looks good. But if you wanted to change this logo and put your own logo on there, you really could just drill these rivets out, put your own logo or whatever, little faceplate, and rivet it back on, and boom, super easy. So that's really nice that it's not cut into the housing itself. So it's super customizable. But I'll leave the link down in the description below if you guys want to go get one for your truck. They have front diff covers as well, and a ton of other products and parts that you can get. And they're very fast on shipping. So without further ado, let's get back to the transmission and get this thing built. Billet flex plate, billet triple disc torque converter, and we also got clutches somewhere for the 4C housing. Hold on. Billet valve body and the 4C clutches right here. So we'll show you guys this. So this actually has to get out. Replacing these clutches here because these are cooked. This is your 4th gear and 2nd gear clutches. Absolutely cooked. So we got new ones here, and the factory ones only come with 3 steels and 3 clutches, and this upgraded clutch kit will come with 4 steels and 4 clutches with a machined pressure plate, so you can fit those extra ones in there. So we'll get that put together here really shortly because that's super easy to do. We'll knock that out. All right, so we're out here. Tuesday morning, and we've got the axle sitting on stocks, got the drag link put back on so we can keep the steering straight, and underneath the truck. So we're gonna go ahead and start to put this thing back in so at least we can roll this thing on a trailer. No, I'm just kidding. We're gonna have to get everything done. But let's get this thing put in here so we don't have to worry about an axle no more. And then fast fuel system and all that. I know I keep saying this, but yesterday we ran into a bunch of problems, a bunch of things that weren't ordered or not even that were missing. Still got the transmission to go. So yeah, we've got a ton of stuff to do, but we're getting somewhere. So I might put this on a time lapse. I know Brian told me not to time lapse anything. Rip, can you please stop? I know Brian told me not to time lapse anything, but I don't really have much of an option because it's just me and my dad. But I mean, we both got to be working, so don't have much of an option. All right, so we've got the freaking transmission built, completed, all done. Well, besides this right here, let's go ahead and throw this in here. Almost spoke too soon, didn't I? Look at that. All right, and the breather. Cannot forget about the breather. Gotta put the breather on there. Bada boom, bada bing. She's all ready to go. Give her the slap. That bitch ain't going nowhere. Now, Dad put the freaking front suspension all in, and good golly, look at that. Look at that paint. Oh, I mean, is it paint or is it powder coat? I don't know. Just kidding. Springs look phenomenal. Base coat, clear coat, baby. And you got to know how to paint, because if you do, it'll come out looking like glass. You can see what I'm wearing. You can literally see the phone. Insanity. All right. So that's all done. Top plates are done. Coil springs, brand new Bilstein shocks. Brakes, brand new brake pads. Brand new 4-link arms, the tubular arms. And now we're fixing to take this junk factory flex plate out and replace it with a nice and shiny billet, complete billet flex plate. So we're gonna get this out, clean everything up, and install this. Well, we got some bad news. Just took the factory flex plate off, and it's like 9 o'clock, 9:30 right now. I had plans on stabbing this transmission in because I just rebuilt it and put it in there. It's gonna have to wait till tomorrow morning because rear main seal is leaking. So I am telling you, I'm not gonna do all this work for nothing. So now I gotta get the rear main seal out, get a new one tomorrow, install it, slap the transmission in, and everything else. So this can wait now, and let's do the fast fuel system because I can't do nothing with that right now. It's always something. And tomorrow's Wednesday. So again, I don't know how many times I've said this, but tomorrow's Wednesday and I've got a lot to do still. One, transmission installed, which I was hoping to have tonight done. T-case install, fill everything with fluids. Still got to install track bars, still got to install all of this. Fan clutch, fan shroud, radiators back there. Drive shaft, track bar brackets. Got to take the wheels back off and polish them up and clean them up. I got to clean the truck. I got to tune the truck. And there's some other things that I haven't shown you, which is a little surprise at the end. Plus the fast fuel system, bleed the brake, replace headlight bulbs. Yeah, I mean, just, dude, a ton of shit. That all has to happen tomorrow. And I'm waiting on a bunch of parts to show up tomorrow. So we're going to see how this goes. Last day to get this truck done, and again, like you can see, there's nothing really even installed. It's one problem after another. So last night, stayed out here till 2:30, 3 o'clock in the freaking morning, or 2 o'clock, 2:30. Went to go stab the transmission in. It was like 10 or 11 o'clock at night, and boom, what do you know? Fucking, this thing was just leaking a tad bit, or it looked like it started to leak. It wasn't leaking yet, but it looked like it was like just a little film on it. And I was like, yeah, no, I know my luck. Next week, that thing will be pissing out the freaking rear main seal. So went ahead and got a new one, got it installed this morning. And we got the billet flex plate installed. Now that that's done, I got to tie up my fast fuel line, zip tie it up because I do have the sump in. And let me tell you, let this fucking tank drain for at least 4 hours because good God, that's how long it took to drain that shit. So we got the pump mounted right there. We got the sump mounted there. All of that is nice and needy. Nice and neat. So that looks really good. Now just zip tie this line up, install the fitting into the CP3, and get her going. So ended up having to take this rear cover off to do the rear main seal because it got pushed in too far. Shit happens, need to do that and get it fixed. Now these are torqued down to 105 foot-pounds of torque with red Loctite. So that has to cure for 4 hours technically before you start cranking it. But it'll be fine because I'm not gonna be starting this engine in 4 hours. So it is currently Wednesday and we did get a couple parts show up. So some of the things I got overnighted was one, some of these boots that I needed, like a 3.5 to a 3 inch. The rib nut tool and the rib nuts for these track bars. And then we've got the fleece bypass, fuel bowl delete, the bypass. So we need to install that as well so we can finish up the engine bay. And we need to relocate some stuff still. So enough yapping. We need to get this thing freaking done. We need to get the transmission installed, T-case installed, cross member installed, and get the torque converter bolts in. And that way we can start focusing on all the other bullshit. So let's get this trans installed. We're ready for it, finally. All right, so we got the transmission all installed and the T-case, which is looking pretty freaking good back here. So next step is, yeah, well, you know what? I don't know what the next step is. Engine, I guess. We got a fuel bowl delete to hook up. We got the hook up the wiring for the fast fuel system. And we also got to hook up feed line for the fast fuel system. So we'll lower this down, put the alternator, radiator in, all that fun stuff. But boy, do we still have a lot to do. Let's get to it, because not enough time. All right, for the lack of enthusiasm, it is 6 o'clock in the morning. And one, we're not putting the track bars on. Two, well, you're putting the front hooks on, so that's cool. What was the second thing we're not doing? Oh, so we actually have a hood mirror, and I was going to do rock lights up here, but we don't have time for that either. So that's over here. Not doing that, but we just got it tuned. We got pretty much all the fluids in it. We got to add some trans fluid once we get it circulating. And yeah, let's see what this thing does. Oh, we got the old pink Duramax. Wait, why isn't that pink? Nah, I'm just kidding. Damn. Got it all muddy already. What the f, man? I already got it muddy. Anyways, this truck, she's done, but not done. One, there's a huge howl with the power steering and the brakes. So it's a power steering pump. Something's going on with it. Either it's low on fluid or one of the lines got switched. And that's something I'm gonna have to figure out at the show because I don't have time to figure it out right now. So yeah, we're gonna figure that out at the freaking show or at the Airbnb. We're gonna have to go and get some fluid for it and everything like that to make sure it is good to go. But that howling is fucking horrible for the power steering. But god damn, she looks good. So we'll give you guys an update when we get to Tennessee. Might have some shenanigans on the road. You never know. You never know. It is a 9-hour, 8-hour drive. So we'll see you guys at FP. I will be in the JTX booth with Kilo, my 3rd gen Cummins. Come check it out. Ain't that right, Ro? Ooh. Oh. So we made it to old FP 3.0. The old girl is hazing over there. We got all the fuel going to it. Oh, you can't really see it, but anywho, well, you can see it right here, look. She's hazing. We gotta get this girl unloaded and back to the fucking Airbnb. Hey, he come with all the necessities. Yeah. Once we get this unloaded, we gotta top off with power steering fluid, some coolant and all that fun stuff because we literally started it, took it down the road like an 1/8 of a mile, come back, load it right on the trailer, that's it. Is there a rusted front axle? Come on! God damn! Shit! And it's not even clean yet! It looks fucking good. Is it wrong? Ooh! Oh shit, the fucking King Speed came in. I didn't know the King Speed came in. A little secret.
That's
I kept it from
crazy.
you. It showed up on Wednesday.
That is insane. Oh, that bitch is nasty.
Yeah, so we got the drain here that goes right down into the oil down there. The other, we had to knock the other freeze plug out.
Yep.
And then both feeds, I got them zip tied up out of the way, and they run back here. So
That is easy.
not too bad, huh? Not too bad. I'm excited. So we didn't get the hood mirror on with the rock lights that we're gonna put on here. We'll have to do that next time. But and the traction bars, we don't have those on yet. There's a couple things that I wanted to do. The boost mirror switchback turn signals on the mirrors. Those bulbs or those lights, I don't have those on yet. There's a couple things we didn't do. Ran out of time, in all honesty. So let's top this thing off fluid. But the next video we'll have everything done, I promise. Tomorrow morning, if you guys see this video and you guys see me at FP, come find me. We'll go to my truck. I've got OBS t-shirts, I've got license plates, I got stickers. So yeah, come hit me up. I think the OBS shirts we're gonna be selling for 30 bucks a pop. License plates are $20 a pop. I got white and I got black. And then stickers, if you buy something, I'll just give you a sticker. I'm not too bad of a guy, am I? Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. This thing turned out killer. Even though we didn't get everything done that we wanted to, I'm still super excited about it. Come check it out in the JTX booth. And always, like, comment, subscribe. It's free. We'll see you guys tomorrow.